About a year ago, my garage was broken into and a few things were stolen. And it was very interesting the choices this thief made. So this is called My Poor Thief. I can see him now, my poor thief. Prone, his feet up, he leafs the pages of my dog-eared discard less than great literature, yet still fine. He sips Shiraz, it was a cheap wine. I got it made at a shop on Main, non-vintage, far from mature. And he listens to jazz, hot air on the CBC through the one good speaker of the old boombox I left in the yard in the rain. A good time for my poor thief, for that's all he stole, books, wine, and music. Nothing to fence, just sundry means of pleasure for a Sunday afternoon. Intellectual, sensual, and free, really a well-needed defense against the ravages of hard time. Or so I imagine, since I cannot help but see him as a virtual mime that is of myself. After all, this poem is not his. As to whether to call the police, I suppose I should, if only to let them know he's having fun, at least, and that it's totally okay with me that he is. Thank you. This is a North Vancouver poem. I had a job when I was about 19 or 18 or 19, just down the street on Marine Drive near the Second Narrows Bridge in a little factory. It was, all they did there was cut or make screws. That's all they did. They made screws for the airline industry, for Boeing. And there was 3 people there who made the screws. My job was to cut the slots. That was it. So this is called Cutting Slots in the Screw Shop. Give you a feeling of how I felt working there. 2 months. Flip the switch. Grab the grip, slotless screws need cutting bad, buckets empty, buckets fill, set the screw the vise, slotless screws need cutting bad, buckets empty, buckets fill, draw the blade, squirt the grease, steel on steel, catch the vibe, buckets empty, buckets fill, suck those fumes, hack them out, slotless screws need full release, buckets empty, buckets fill, clock ticks down, clock hicks up, throw it in, break or fall, pin-up girl, needs staring good. Nothing spoke, hit, rip, choke, buckets empty, buckets fill, drag your carcass from the floor, slotless screws need cutting more, set the screw it all, buckets empty, buckets. And when I was a kid, I don't know if you know a restaurant in North Vancouver called the Tomahawk. It's still there.
Still there, yeah.
Everybody knows the Tomahawk. It's been there for ever. And often when I was a kid, my family, after church, we would go and have lunch at the Tomahawk. So this is related to that. This is called The Reverend Godkin versus the Tomahawk. With me, religion never really took. Attended Sunday school unfaithfully, cheated on Bible stories, mouthed hymns in the basement, while upstairs my mother sat and my father passed around the collection plate. Sermons dryly droned under the cross by the white-haired Reverend Godkin did nothing reverential for me. Frequently afterwards went with my family to the Tomahawk, an ersatz native longhouse structure fronted by totem poles, and were inside surrounded by hundreds of hanging masks, paddles, and woven baskets. I forgot what had gone on that morning. With confirmation came communion, a wafer on the tongue, a sip of wine whetting the appetite. And as a supposed adult, was given the option to attend faithfully or to sleep late. A hard choice, because the burgers at the Tomahawk were so very delicious. Thank you.